Chapter 10. The Star of Acadia. The grand exhibition hall fell into a suffocating silence, broken only by the rhythmic ticking of a vintage brass marine chronometer nearby. The security guard's revolver glinted under the harsh beam of his flashlight as he stepped down the marble staircase, his eyes locked onto the wooden galleon in Nancy's hands. "Don't make a sound, Constance," the guard warned, his voice echoing off the vaulted ceilings. "I've spent a decade securing this post, waiting for the right clues to surface. My partners at the warehouse may be sloppy, but I assure you, I am not. Give me the sovereign of the seas." Nancy's mind raced as fast as her pulse. She held the heavy 3-foot model securely against her coat, her fingers subtly probing the intricate woodwork along the keel. Suddenly, near the stern of the mahogany hull, her thumb brushed against a microscopic indentation, a hidden spring latch concealed within a carved wave. "You'll never get away with this," Nancy said, deliberately raising her voice to fill the hollow hall. "The local police know about the break-in at the warehouse. They're already looking for Harrison's car. By the time they piece it together, the Sapphire will be halfway to Europe," the guard sneered, stepping within arm's reach. He raised the revolver, aiming it directly at Nancy's chest. "The ship, Miss Drew, now." Nancy didn't flinch. Instead, she locked her blue eyes onto his, nodded weakly as if in total surrender, and extended the heavy wooden model forward. But just as the guard reached out his left hand to grab it, Nancy pivoted sharply on her heel. Using the momentum, she swung the dense mahogany bowsprit of the galleon upward with all her might, striking the guard's forearm. A loud crack echoed through the hall. The guard let out a howl of pain as the revolver was knocked clean from his grip, skittering across the slick marble floor and disappearing beneath a display case. "Constance, now!" Nancy shouted. Constance, who had quietly slipped back into the shadows of the corridor during the confrontation, threw open the heavy oak double doors of the main entrance. The night air was instantly pierced by the shrill, wailing sirens of the Halifax police launch and arriving patrol cars. A flood of officers, led by a local inspector, burst into the gallery with torches drawn. The crooked guard raised his hands in bitter defeat as the officers swarmed the exhibit floor, pinning his arms behind his back. With the danger finally averted, Nancy turned her attention back to the sovereign of the seas. Under the bright, steady lights of the museum, she firmly pressed the hidden indentation on the hull. With a satisfying metallic click, a secret panel beneath the cargo hold sprang open. Sliding into Nancy's palm was a breathtaking uncut gemstone the size of a robin's egg. Even in the dim light of the gallery, the Star of Acadia's sapphire glowed with a deep, mesmerizing electric blue, capturing the very essence of the Atlantic Ocean. 20 years of tragedy and deception had finally come to an end. The following afternoon, the brilliant June sun finally broke through the maritime mist, painting the historic Halifax harbor in shades of gold and blue. Nancy and Constance stood at the edge of the bustling pier, watching a massive ocean liner prepare for its transatlantic voyage. The morning headlines of the Halifax Chronicle proudly heralded the recovery of Lord Ashley's lost treasure, which was now safely installed as the permanent centerpiece of the Maritime Museum's Titanic Memorial. "I still can't believe it's over," Constance said, a bright smile gracing her face as she looked at her cousin. "Nancy, you managed to solve a 20-year-old international mystery in less than 48 hours, Nancy. I only wish Bess could have seen you in action." Nancy laughed, adjusting the collar of her warm tweed traveling coat as the ship's whistle blew a deep, resonant blast. "I think Bess made the right choice staying in River Heights this time. But as for me, I wouldn't trade our maritime adventure for anything." With a warm embrace and a promise to visit Nova Scotia again, Nancy turned toward the waiting train platform. Slipping her magnifying glass safely into her handbag, the young detective smiled, ready for the long journey home and whatever mystery might be waiting for her just around the corner.